Test, 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 test.
Welcome to Harford Sports Complex for 2018 Harford Baseball. Today's active players, CCBC Dundalk Lions, and Harford Fighting Animals. For the safety of our student athletes and those fans around, a reminder that Harford is a tobacco-free campus. Thank you for your cooperation. For the protection of the participants, the fans, and the spirit of good sportsmanship, the NJCAA and Harford Athletics ask that you respect these rules. Please cheer for your team and respect your opponents at all times while refraining from using any profane, racist, or sexist language. We would also ask that you please remain off the field of play at all times throughout the contest. As always, you can be loud and be proud. Please be positive at all times. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, please do not hesitate to contact a member of the Harford Event Management staff that is located throughout the venue. Thank you for your attendance, and we hope you enjoy tonight's game.
Welcome one and all to the Harford Fighting Owls live video stream for today's baseball action, featuring your Harford Fighting Owls and the CCBC Dundalk Lions. Mark Winkle bringing you today's action as Harford will look to avenge the shocking conference loss that they suffered just a couple weeks ago. For the Fighting Owls, it was just a surprising loss. The Fighting Owls really aren't used to losing many conference games, if at all, during the season. But on March 15th, they did fall to these Dundalk Lions 6-1, and surely revenge will be on their minds. For the Fighting Owls, they will send out number 38, Trevor Sprinkle, to take the mound in today's game. Sprinkle making his 5th appearance on the season, 3rd start of the year. Does come in with a 2-0 record, although he has an 8.71 ERA. In 10 1/3 innings pitched, he has given up 11 hits, 12 runs, 10 earned, with 8 walks but 19 strikeouts, averaging almost 2 strikeouts per inning, and a .262 batting average against. He does have 5 hit batsmen and 6 wild pitches. And first pitch at 3:29 will be a ball to start the game off. Sprinkle will be throwing to number 8, Sean Dignazio, to start the game. And that will be just low for ball 2. Dignazio tied for the team lead with tied for 3rd on the team with 10 runs on the year. And they'll take that 2-0 pitch and lace it to center field. That will be down up against the fence, and he'll be up for a stand-up double to start the game. So Dignazio gets the Lions started early on Sprinkle. Take a quick look at the Fighting Owls defensive formation today. Lou Testa in left field, Nick Rowland in center, and Ryan Calhoun right. Nick Diamore at third base, Michael Richardson at shortstop, Joey Schwartz at second, Alex Barker at first, and Joseph Sabeto behind the plate for Sprinkle. I'll bring up the number 2 hitter, Charles LeBron, and that will catch the outside corner for strike 1. LeBron, a 6'1", 195-pound lefty freshman out of Brooklyn, New York. Went to Grand Street Campus High School. That's going to be hit into center field, but Rowland is all over that one, and the line drive will go right into his glove for the first out of the game. Sprinkle, a sophomore out of Whiteford, Maryland, went to Calvert Hall High School. Same high school as assistant coach Rob Koski. 5'11", 180-pound right-hander. Has been used in something of a flex role this year, getting appearances out of the bullpen end to start the game. And that will bring up the number 3 hitter in the lineup, Andreas Holt, the sophomore outfielder, 6'3", 205-pounder out of Adelphi, Maryland, went to Good Counsel High School. Dignazio, not much of a lead off of second right now. Slider in there for strike 2. Oh, 2 count. Sprinkle. Another slider into the dirt. And no call from the umpire, and now it's going to be appealed down, and it's going to be a ball. I thought for sure he had gone on that one, but the umpires disagree, and it will be a 1-2 count to Holzer. Sprinkle. Another outside slider. Umpire had a little movement in his hand, thought about bringing him up, decided against it, and it will be ball 2. Sprinkle is trying to get Holzer to chase for that outside breaking ball, and thus far Holzer has held off. 2-2 pitch. That'll be jammed off the hands. Hit softly to Schwartz at second base, who will throw over to first and record the second out of the inning. Dignazio did move over to third on the play, and he will be sitting there hoping to come in with 2 outs, and that will bring up number 20, Ari Stakias, freshman infielder, 6'1", 180-pound righty, out of Bel Air, Maryland. Went to John Carroll High School just down the road from here. First pitch is going to be chopped to the right side, and that will get through for an RBI single. So it's the Lions who come through with a run in the top of the first. And just like they did in the previous meeting, Lions get ahead early. And that will bring up Gutierrez with a man on first and 2 outs. Bryant Gutierrez, the 6'3", 250-pound catcher, freshman right-hander, out of Queens, New York. Number of New Yorkers on the Dundalk lineup. And outside slider for strike. Gutierrez took a big hack at that one, and Sprinkle really relying heavily on his slider so far in this game. Stakias with a 1-step lead off of first base. That one goes in the dirt. Good block by Sabeto to keep it in front. Beautiful day out here in Bel Air, Maryland today. About mid to high 60s, sunny day. Little bit of a breeze going out to left center field. But about as good of a day for baseball as you can hope for. Obviously, it is opening day for the professionals as well. For the Fighting Owls, they've already played 23 games before the professional leagues have gotten started into a regular season game. Plenty of those have been cold weather games. We've played in the snow. We've played in a little rain. Played through a lot, but it's just a beautiful day for baseball today. Everybody's happy. 1-2 pitch. And that fastball will be fouled off as Gutierrez is able to stay alive. A couple of fastballs in a row for Sprinkle. You have to wonder if he's trying to set up that outside breaking ball again. One-two pitch once again. Sprinkle delivers. Breaking ball! Swung on and missed. Strike 3. So good pitch by Sprinkle, but it is the Lions who get on the board first. Dundalk leads 1-0 going to the bottom of the first. First pitch at the bottom of the first inning is high for a ball to the leadoff hitter, Nick Rowland. And he'll take that outside for ball 2. Rowland going up against number 18, Justin Santana, who gets his first strike of the game. Santana comes in, it's his 6th appearance of the year, and this will be his 3rd start as Rowland will lace one to left field. That will get all the way to the fence. And Rowland will easily go into second. He's going to turn, take a look at third, and get back. But a nice leadoff double for Nick Rowland. It was a high fastball, and he just tomahawked that right out to left center.
Now batting, shortstop, number 8.
And that will bring Michael Richardson to the plate. So Santana comes in with a 1-1 record. In 12 innings, he's given up 12 hits, 11 earned runs, 10 walks, 11 strikeouts to the tune of an 8.25 ERA. In the first meeting between these teams, it was the Dundalk ace, Antonio Fernandez, who pitched a complete game gem, giving up just 1 run in 9 innings. I believe it was only about 90 or so pitches that he needed to get through it. So the Fighting Owls have to be happy that they don't have to see Fernandez again, as Rowland gets a great jump off that pitch and will take third base. And for Rowland, that is his team-leading 15th steal of the year. He and Richardson are in quite a battle, going back and forth as to who will take those honors. And Richardson will take that low for ball 2. 2-1 pitch right down the plate, and Richardson will foul it straight back. Richardson leads the team with a .449 batting average, second on the team with 23 runs just behind the leadoff hitter Rowland, second on the team with 7 doubles, and second on the team with 13 stolen bases. So he has been a phenomenal hitter out of that 2 spot. Ground ball to shortstop. It's going to be close. Richardson beats it out. It's going to be an infield single. The shortstop, D'Ignazio, thought he had time, fielded it cleanly and threw it over, and Richardson just straight out beat it.
Designated hitter, number 30, Spencer Smith.
So give him credit for an RBI infield single, and the score is now tied at 1-1, and that will bring up the ever-dangerous Spencer Smith in the 3-hole. Big swing by Smith, and he'll miss for strike 1. Smith, the DH today, as he has been for much of the year, tied for the team lead with 7 home runs. Richardson takes off, and he will get in there easily as the ball is spiked into the dirt. So for Richardson, that's his 14th steal of the year, and he stays just behind Rowland, who's ahead of him by just 1 now. Santana takes 3 looks back at Richardson, finally delivers, and the breaking ball will be low for ball 2. The power hitting Smith. Never easy to pitch to because you know what kind of damage you can do if you give him one mistake pitch. Smith has struggled a little bit at the plate of late. Two-one pitch. And that will be outside for ball 3. I don't know if our camera guy, Blake James, can get a picture of this, but it's always fun to see first base coach Rob Koski, a former catcher in his natural position, coaching over there in a crouched position. He's standing up now. He must have heard me talking. But Koski, a catcher for his whole life, just naturally apparently is comfortable in that crouched position. It's funny to see a coach like that down there on the base paths. 3-1 pitch. And that will be in there for strike two. Smith was ready to toss his bat back, thinking that it was going to be ball four, but he is told to stay right there in the batter's box. Full count. Santana. Breaking ball is going to be called strike three. And Smith is just going to smirk and maybe even a little bit of a chuckle his way back to the dugout, as he will be rung up. And that will bring up the third baseman, Nick Diamore. Diamore leading the team with 11 doubles on the year. Second on the team with a .444 batting average. Head coach Tom Eller likes to shuffle the lineup around a little bit here and there. Typically it's the same guys in there, but just slight changes depending on who they're playing in a given game. And today it's Diamore who's earned himself the cleanup spot. So it's one out. Richardson's on second. Santana delivers, and that'll be low and away for ball one. Richardson takes off for third. It's going to be low. He'll slide in and be safe. Ball gets a little bit away from the third baseman. And Alioto of the Lions is able to track it down before Richardson can move again. And with that steal now, Richardson is tied with Nick Rowland for the team lead with 15 all. As the two continue to have a fun little duel. That also changes the outlook of this at-bat, as with a runner on third and less than 2 outs, 1 out to be exact, Diamore has plenty of opportunities to drive in this run. Inside fastball that he will chop foul down the left field line. Fighting Owls lineup never really has the mindset of just get the run in any way possible. Not really a small ball kind of team. They're looking for the big inning. They don't want to let up. So Diamore is not just looking to hit a sac fly here, maybe even just a little ground ball that'll get him in. He's trying to keep this inning going as much as possible. 3-1 pitch. That will be low for ball four. So keep things going, he will. And that brings up big Lou Testa.
Now batting, left fielder, number 16, Lou Testa.
Testa comes in as the premier slugging hitter of the conference so far. Tied for the team lead with 7 home runs, leading the team with 27 RBI. Third in the lineup, for Harford with a .364 batting average. All you need to do is just take one look at him and you'll be a little afraid to give him anything in the wheelhouse. Big swing by Testa, and he'll miss for strike one. Harford is in second place in the conference right now with a 6-1 record, behind the only undefeated team in conference play left, and that is Chesapeake. They're at 5-0. That will catch the outside corner for strike 2. With a big matchup looming tomorrow, as these Fighting Owls will travel to Chesapeake for a doubleheader, in what very well will likely decide who will be the top team in the conference for the year. It's one of the big reasons why, even though this is an important conference game for the Fighting Owls, you aren't seeing any of their top 2 pitchers in the game, as they are likely being saved for that big doubleheader tomorrow. 1-2 pitch, and Demore was caught leaning a little bit, was able to get back as the pickoff move was slow to first base. One-two pitch. Just off the edge of the bat. Testa will be able to stay in there for another pitch. Santana. Good breaking ball, and Testa will be out on a swinging strike. And that will be 2 outs to bring up the ever-dangerous Ryan Calhoun.
Number 5, Ryan Calhoun.
Calhoun comes in third on the team with 20 RBI, with a glorious opportunity to add to that right here. Runners on the corners, 2 outs. Demore will take off, and he will get a stolen base. And now it'll make it even easier for Calhoun to add a couple RBI. Calhoun, just another one of those big, powerful hitters in the middle of that Harford lineup. Stands in at 6'1", 210 pounds. And that's outside. And frankly, Calhoun has slimmed down a bit, as he is looking in great shape as he was preparing for the year to move to the outfield. Previously a first baseman, played a little bit of outfield last year, and is now showing his versatility and has become a very capable outfielder. 2-0 count. That's inside off the glove, and he'll be in for a run. So the Fighting Owls will take the lead on the pass ball. And now it's going to be a 3-0 count with 2 outs. And once again, Calhoun will very likely be given the green light here. And that will be in there for a strike as he'll take the pitch. That's a hit a ton to right center, way back. Goodbye! Home run! Ryan Calhoun gets into a 3-1 pitch and just smacks it over the right center field wall.
Home run for Ryan Calhoun. His third of the season.
And Calhoun hits his 3rd home run of the year. A 2-run shot. And with that, Harford now ahead 4-1 in the bottom of the 1st.
Now batting, first baseman, number 32, Alex Barker.
So with 2 outs, Harford will look to start it up again, as Alex Barker will step to the plate. And he'll take that outside for ball 1. So after giving up a run in the top of the 1st, the Fighting Owls have responded with 4 in the bottom of the 1st. And this inning is not yet done. And that will be ball 3. So now it's Barker with the 3-1 count. Barker ropes one to right field, and a nice play by Holzer, who took a couple steps back and was able to grab it over his head for the out. But the Fighting Owls will lead 4-1. We go into the second inning. And we start off the second inning with a pitch low for ball 1, as Sprinkle will deliver to James Moses. Moses, a freshman outfielder, left-hander, 5'8", 185 pounds, out of Towson, Maryland, went to Loyola Blakefield High School. And that's strike 1. Moses comes in with a .289 batting average, 471 on base, and a .474 slugging. 11 hits, just 1 double, and a couple of home runs, with 8 RBI, 12 walks, and 12 strikeouts. Two-one pitch. Swing and a miss as he took a mighty hack and missed for strike 2. Sprinkle doing a good job of mixing up speeds, trying to keep hitters off their balance. And something's going on in center field, as there was a number of something fell out. I don't know if those are baseballs or... Apparently there's a fan who went out to the outfield fence and is now throwing balls back into the field of play, forcing the Fighting Owl outfielders to just throw all the balls in. I'm assuming those balls, and there's one more in play as the fan once again decides to delay play a little bit. I'm assuming those were all basically from batting practice, so bit of a bizarre delay in the game. The delay is now over, and we can get back into action. And ring him up for strike 3. So Sprinkle picks up his second strikeout of the day.
Alioto.
That will bring us to the number 7 hitter in the lineup, the third baseman, Ethan Alioto, a freshman infielder, 5'8", 175-pounder, out of Catonsville, Maryland, and he did go to Catonsville High School. That's in there for strike one. Sprinkle coming in with that 3/4 arm angle. Limits his ability to throw much of anything other than fastball or slider, but those two pitches have proven to be effective so far. One-two count, one out. Sprinkle. And that will be fouled off straight again by Alioto. Swing and a miss, strike three. Sprinkle gets his third strikeout of the game.
Now batting left fielder number 3, Aaron Rodriguez.
And that will bring up the left fielder today, Aaron Rodriguez. Freshman outfielder from Brooklyn, New York. Left-handed batter, although he's a righty thrower, 5'11", 190-pounder. Rodriguez calls a timeout. Sabeto sets up outside, and will come back inside for ball 2. And that's in the dirt for ball 3. Sprinkle falls behind 3-0. Brief meeting, and we are now ready to get back into play. Sprinkle, that will be inside for ball 4. So it's a 4-pitch walk. The first walk Sprinkle allows in the game so far.
Second baseman number 1.
And that will bring up Martinez is curious. He's batting in the 9 hole, but leads the team with a .361 batting average, leads the team with 14 runs scored, leads the team with 5 doubles, and is tied for second on the team with 3 stolen bases. So not entirely sure why he's batting so low in the lineup, but if he's been doing that all year, apparently that works for him. Check swing, and he did go. So Sprinkle now ahead 0-2 in the count. Rodriguez, pretty good lead off first, and Sprinkle will check him back. Breaking ball just misses. I'm assuming that's high because I don't know of any other place it could have missed. Runner goes, and it will be just low, and the stolen base will be completed by Rodriguez. Two-two pitch. Another breaking ball high for ball 3. Fouled straight back, and we're going to try a full count again with 2 outs. As Martinez continues to grind this at bat out. Sprinkle. Curveball inside. Strike 3. So Sprinkle is able to shut the door, and no damage done. Fighting Owls will get a chance to add to their lead going to the bottom of the second, up 4-1. And we come out of the break, and Joey Schwartz puts his stamp on that one. As the second pitch of the at-bat, he just destroys on a line drive over the center field wall. And Schwartz hits his 4th home run of the season. That was just a bullet that just flew out as quick as the eye could see it. And it looks like that might have just barely clipped Sabeto, and he will get to take first base.
Now batting, center fielder number 1, Nick Rowland.
So that will turn the lineup back over to the top, where Nick Rowland will come up with man on first and no outs. Sabeto took a big secondary lead there. He's able to scamper back. And Rowland is ahead 2-0 in the count. Rowland doubled in the first inning. And that will be in there for a strike. Two-one pitch, chopped down the third base line, just foul. So Rowland goes down on strikes, and with one out, that will bring up Michael Richardson for his second at bat of the game. And he'll take that for strike one. Oh, 1 count. Sabeto takes off. Ball gets to the backstop, and Sabeto will easily get into second base. So we have a brief meeting between catcher and pitcher. They have things sorted out, and we'll get back to play. 1-1 count, 1 out. Runner on second base. Low in the dirt, good scoop by Gutierrez to keep Sabeto at second. Santana. He'll deliver low again for ball 3. Big swing by Richardson, and that will run the count full. Santana. Outside breaking ball. Appealed down to the base umpire, and Richardson held up, so he'll take the free base. Good piece of hitting by Richardson.
Designated hitter, number 20, number 30, Spencer Smith.
And that will bring up Spencer Smith with a couple runners on and one out. First pitch, Smith way ahead of that one for strike one. That gets into the dirt and away from Gutierrez. He'll throw down to third, and Sabeto is able to get in there. So a wild pitch for Santana allows Sabeto to move up to third. And now will be runners on the corners with one out. And now it's Richardson who takes off, and Smith lasers one fouled on the left line. One-two pitch, and Smith able to just stick his bat out and cricket foul. And he'll stay alive for another at-bat. Another pitch at least. Santana will be throwing pitch number 50. And he's recorded just 4 outs so far. Smith. Deep to center, way back. Take a look at it, and it is gone. Spencer Smith hits his 8th of the year with a moonshot to center field. And that is a 3-run bomb. Smith got all of that one. And after a few less than ideal swings, he gets all of that one. And that looks like it will be the end for Santana, as the Dundalk Lions will be taking a call to the bullpen. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back. Fighting Owls ahead 8-1. We're still in the bottom of the second inning. We're back here in Bel Air, Maryland, where the Fighting Owls are taking it to the Dundalk Lions. Harford up 8-1 in the bottom of the second, and the Fighting Owls have hit more home runs than the Lions have hit so far in this game. In fact, the Fighting Owls with 8 runs only have 4 hits, thanks to 3 home runs. Calhoun to right center, Schwartz to center, and then just a few minutes ago it was Spencer Smith with a 3-run home run to dead center. And Diamore will strike out on 3 pitches, as Colin Falble will get an effective first at bat.
Now batting, left fielder number 16, Lou Testa.
Falble, this is his 6th appearance of the season. He's got a 1-0 record, 11 2/3 of an inning pitched, with 16 hits allowed, 12 runs, 10 of which were earned, 10 walks, and 9 strikeouts. So with that one, that was strikeout number 10 on the year, and a 7.71 ERA for the sophomore right-hander. Testa with a big swing, and that will be strike 1. Testa jammed inside, flared out to the right side of the infield, and it will be grabbed by the first baseman, Stachius, for the 3rd out of the inning. But not before Harford puts up another 4 spot. We go to the 3rd inning. Harford ahead at 8-1 over Dundalk. We're back with you in the top of the 3rd inning. Harford ahead, 8-1 over CCBC Dundalk. And, wow, Sabeto sprinkled pretty much everybody in blue was thinking that was going to be strike 3. Sabeto was jumping out of his crouch to throw down to third base, and the umpire said nothing, did nothing, and therefore it is a ball. And that will bring us to a full count. D'Ignazio, the leadoff hitter, will lace it down the right field line. Little blooper. He'll run around first base and be in there for a double. Calhoun's throw will get all the way past everybody and into the left field where Testa was backing up. And D'Ignazio is on third base for a leadoff double and then advanced on the throwing error by Calhoun. Give an error to Harford. Yeah. 3 hits for Dundalk, 1 error for Harford.
Now batting, designated hitter number 26, Charles LeBron.
So now it's going to be a Dundalk base runner on third base with no outs, and that brings up Charles LeBron. LeBron 0 for 1 in the game. He lined out to Nick Rowland in center field in the first inning. Good pitch by Sprinkle for strike 2. Oh, 2 count. Sprinkle out of the windup. And just barely fouled off by LeBron to stay alive. And that pitch just inside for ball 1. Little piece of housekeeping news for you. Prior to I guess between innings, it is Nehemiah Wright who has taken over for Rowland in center field. That ball is hit straight down. Sabeto will take a look at third, throw over to first. He gets LeBron out. So a good play by Sabeto to make the play and keep D'Ignazio in his spot at third base. And with 1 out, that will bring up Holtzer. So not sure why Nick Rowland was pulled out of the game. I don't particularly recall any play where he might have gotten injured. Maybe it's just a substitution to get Nehemiah Wright some playing time in center field. But it will be Wright who is now in center field and hitting out of the leadoff spot for the remainder of the game. Sprinkle, that pitch was low for ball 1. Chop to third. Diamore takes a look home and decides to make the safe play and just throws over to first base for the 2nd out of the inning. So give Holtzer credit for an RBI.
Now batting, first baseman number 20, Ari Sakias.
Diamore saw that D'Ignazio was going home right off the hit of the bat, and if it was a closer game, I imagine that Diamore would have thrown home and probably could have gotten him. But when you're ahead 8-1, it just makes sense to take the easy out, and he did just that. So that will reset the bases, and with 2 outs, it is Stakias to the plate. Way outside for ball 2. Fouled off the back netting. Sprinkle at 48 pitches. Harford likely to try to stretch him out today. Would love to get 5 innings out of Sprinkle. 2-1 pitch, breaking ball, and my goodness, I don't know where that one missed. Your guess is as good as mine. That looked like it was right down the heart of the plate. Three-one count, somehow. Inside fastball, swing and miss, strike 2. Sabeto still having a couple words with the home plate umpire. You can see the Harford coaches, head coach Tom Eller and pitching coach R.J. Heinlein right at the corner of the dugout there. Can't necessarily hear if they had said anything, but I imagine they can't have been too happy with the call. And that will be low for ball 4. Eller rarely one to hold back his feelings if he feels like there's a call that did not go the way he wanted it to. That was a second walk for Sprinkle in the game. Giving up 3 hits, 2 runs, with 4 strikeouts so far in 2 2/3, and trying to get out of this 3rd inning. Another good pitch, and again it's called a ball. Good frame job by Sabeto. He held it there. Looked like it caught the outside edge of the plate. 1-0 count. And the exact same pitch, and that's called a strike this time. So that will make it a 1-1 count. As the catcher Gutierrez steps in. Sprinkle taking his time. Breaking ball is going to stay high and inside for ball 2. That's going to be line drive down the right field line, but it's going to be foul. And Sprinkle now is just 1 strike away from being able to trot back into the dugout. That one's hit off the end of the bat. Diamore, easy play. Comes up throwing and gets the 3rd out. So the Lions do get a run back. But that's it, as Harford will go into the bottom of the 3rd. Still ahead, 8-2. We're back with you in the bottom of the third as Calhoun has worked himself to a 3-1 count. Calhoun has already hit one out of the park in this game. And that will hit him. So another hit by pitch, and Calhoun will make his way down to first base, which brings up Alex Barker to the plate. And Barker will see a strike one as he will signal to the umpire that he thought the pitch needs to be brought down a little bit for it to be called a strike. That's hit a ton to right field. Will it stay fair? Just foul. Barker got all of that one. Just punished the ball. Unfortunately, it just went just right of that right field foul pole. So Barker will get back in for an 0-2 count. And timeout is called. With any luck, the fans won't go out there to throw the ball back in play this time. O2 pitch outside. Barker standing right over the plate, asking foul ball to throw it inside. Good pickoff move, but Calhoun able to get back to first. Ball's thrown away, but to no avail. One-two pitch. Foul ball looks in. Outside, ball two. Two-two pitch, and swing and a miss for Barker. He'll strike out. And that will bring up Schwartz, who also homered earlier in this game.
Baseman number 7, Joey Schwartz.
So with one out, foul ball into the dirt, and that will get away from Gutierrez. Calhoun will scamper down to second base. And that will be another wild pitch for the Lions. Their second of the game. Schwartz will foul that one back in the left. So it's going to be a 1-1 count with one out. Good curveball in there for strike two. Schwartz looked like he might have been a little fooled on that play. Didn't expect that one to get back into the zone. And time is called once again. Harford coming into the game 18-5, 6-1 in conference play. Not in the top 20 ranking for the NJCAA Division I poll that came out on Monday, but did receive some votes, so they're just on the fringe of getting back into the top 20. They did start the year as the number 18 team in the country, but after a couple of early losses, dropped out of the rankings and have not yet been able to crack back into it. And it will likely take quite a win streak for the Fighting Owls to do so. So far, they are in the process of doing that. They have won 8 straight games coming into this contest. High and inside, ball 3. So Schwartz has worked himself a full count. As I mentioned before, Harford will travel to Chesapeake tomorrow for a big doubleheader, with the Fighting Owls having a chance to get back on top of the MD JUCO conference standings. After that, they will host Essex on April 2nd for a single game. Travel to Prince George's on April 3rd. And then we'll get into a bit of a homestand as they will host Cecil, Hagerstown, Mercer County, Camden County, Catonsville, and Allegheny in a 9-day stretch of games, of 11 games, all at home. So if you're a fan of coming out to see some Fighting Owl baseball in Bel Air, you will have plenty of opportunities to do it in early April. Short strikes out swinging. And that will bring up the catcher, Joseph Sabetto, with 2 outs. And Calhoun still at second base. That will be low for ball 1. Harford will host the Region 20 Division I tournament this year. Those games will be played between May 10th and May 12th, with the winner of that tournament earning a place into the district tournament. And that's in there for strike 1. District tournament this year will be in New York, either hosted by Monroe College or ASA. Either one of them will be in New York City. And that will consist of the winner of Region 15 in New York, the Region 20 in Maryland, and Region 10 from North and South Carolina. Sabetto takes a breaking ball in his back for another hit-by pitch. And that will make it 2 men on for Nehemiah Wright to get his first at bat of the game.
Now batting, center fielder, number 25, Nehemiah Wright.
Wright entered the game in the top of the 3rd inning as a replacement fielder for Roland. No word yet on the reason for the change. Head coach Tom Eller will have a quick word with Wright, giving him some last-minute advice. And now it's the Lions infielders who are having a little talk, as the second baseman Martinez making some signals back to the catcher. Not sure what they have planned here. Harford runners should make sure to be a little cautious just in case they have something fishy planned. And that will be outside for ball 1. Calhoun at second, Sabetto at first, right at the plate. Foul ball. And that will also catch the outside corner, and that will be for strike 1. 1-1 count to Nehemiah Wright. Right. It's just his 18th at-bat of the year. That will go to third base and will easily be handled and stepped on by Alioto, and that will be the end of the inning. Fighting Owls are held scoreless for the first time in the game. Fighting Owls still lead 8-2 after 3 innings of play.